What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw coming at you again, man. And just be sitting back sometimes, just thinking about different topics to espouse upon with you guys, man. And while we all are very critical of LeBron James, okay, and rightfully so, he's not the only reason why the Lakers are struggling. He's not. You can question his leadership ability. You can question his leadership skills. Okay, perhaps that would have had some additional effect on this team, but you have to look deeper and broader with the problems with the Los Angeles Lakers. And what it is that they have accepted a culture of losing over the past several years, which obviously predates the arrival of LeBron James. This is a franchise, the Los Angeles Lakers, that in its first 6 seasons, when it was still in Minneapolis, its first 6 seasons, it won 5 NBA championships. Now, did you hear what I said? Its first 6 seasons of existence, the Minneapolis Lakers, led by the great George Mikan and Vern Mickelson, Slater Martin, Jack Pollard, they won 5 NBA championships. And helmed by the late great John Cundler, passed away just a couple of years ago at the ripe age of 101. Even if you go further, in the Lakers' first 25 years of existence, from 1948 to 1973, they missed the playoffs once. Once. And I believe that was the 1957-58 season, and that's when he was transitioning from the George Mikan era to the arrival of Elgin Baylor. One time, they missed the playoffs. And I believe in their first 65 years of existence, the Lakers only missed the playoffs as a team 5 times. Contrast that to this year, where likely the Los Angeles are going to miss the playoffs. This will be, if I'm not mistaken, their 6th consecutive season not being in the playoffs. That's a stunning reversal of fortune. And over time, with the gradual dilution of talent, with the decline and retirement of Kobe Bryant, and I have to say the death of Dr. Jerry Buss, excuse me, there grew eventually a culture that grudgingly accepted losing and now accepts losing. I'm telling you something right now, Jerry Buss would not allow this. If Jerry Buss was still a healthy, Jerry Buss was still the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, he would have been fired Luke Walton. The Lakers used to be a franchise that was a magnet to big name free agents. And not just free agents, big free agent signings. The Lakers had tremendous scouts who would see diamond in the rough talents that more often than not blossomed into all-star caliber players or near all-star caliber players. All-stars like James Worthy and near all-star players like a Byron Scott. But this is where you can blame LeBron James a little bit. LeBron James hasn't changed through his leadership. Sometimes leadership isn't raw, vocal leadership. Sometimes the strongest leadership is leading by example. The Lakers still have bad habits that they've had over the past few years. They don't play overall smart basketball. They're getting killed on the boards. That's not really LeBron James' fault, although I think with his size, he could play, he could hit the boards harder. And LeBron James is the face of their lack of overall team defense, to the point where Kyle Kuzma had to nudge LeBron James in the back to get him to play defense. Now, we all were hard on Lonzo Ball, and mostly because of the fact that Lonzo Ball is a little bit delusional as far as his overall skill set and talents, and LeVar Ball pushed us to this, to the point where he proclaimed his son to be an all-time legend, when we know the truth of reality is that at best, Lonzo Ball might be a slightly above average overall player. But at least Lonzo Ball showed activity on defense. Now, I'll give him that. I will give Lonzo Ball that. And it's interesting to note that without him in the lineup, the Lakers are only 5-12. Now, Lonzo Ball was erratic as a player. Some nights he'll give you 19 points. Then 2 or 3 nights in a row, he might only score 2 or 3 or 4 points. Now, to the level of other Rookie of the Year candidates like a Trae Young in Atlanta, or Luka Doncic with the Dallas Mavericks, or what's his name? What is it? De'Aaron Fox, I think, with the Sacramento Kings. He pales in comparison overall, but the Lakers do miss him. But growing up, man, the Lakers were a magical franchise. Magical. 16 NBA championships overall, second behind only the Boston Celtics. They have the most NBA final appearances of any club. I don't remember the exact number, but it's like maybe something around like 34 or something like that. And that would mean that just slightly less than half of the NBA finals in the history of the league, a league that's just a little over 70 years old, the Lakers were a part of the NBA finals. That shows you how successful this franchise has been. And for the Lakers to accept mediocrity. Matter of fact, this is not even mediocrity. To accept, I don't even know the right word to vocalize this. The Lakers are accepting failure. And that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable on so many different levels. Now, I've said before, I didn't think that this individual season would kill LeBron James' legacy. But if the Lakers continue to struggle, if the Lakers cannot acquire big-name free agents, if they can't get any type of increase in overall talent, excuse me, if they can't improve in the coaching ranks, then this franchise might eventually go the way of the New York Knicks. I've seen people comment, younger people say, the Knicks have been bumped, like the Knicks are a bum franchise. The Knicks suck. And I have to think back to the 90s, where the Knicks were one of the best franchises in the NBA. A bad season for the Knicks back then was maybe like the 95-96 year, I think when they went like 46 and 36 or something like that. That was a bad season for the Knicks. Now, LeBron James was able to work through his overall talent and abilities with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was able to turn around a franchise that was a laughing stock, one of the worst overall teams in the history of the NBA, into a contender. And during his second stint with the team, he brought them a championship. He brought the city of Cleveland a championship. And to me, that will always cement his legacy. That's why I say that this stain individually this season won't be a major one. But at this stage of his career, LeBron James is going to have to uh, accept a reduced role, in my opinion, overall. Okay. He's not the player he once was. I think personally that LeBron James should consider moving to the power forward position. Honestly, do. I'm even wondering if LeBron should accept being a better version of Draymond Green to an extent. You're a better you're a better outside shooter than he is. You're a good passer. I don't think you're as great a passer as the media makes you out to be, but you're a great passer. You're not Magic Johnson, John Stockton level passer, but you're a great passer. You'll be an excellent facilitator. I sometimes wonder if LeBron should move into the power forward position and alter his game for the best of the team. They need to build a team around LeBron James that would work for his skill set and his diminished abilities, his diminishing skills over time. Larry Bird went from being a primary scorer, uh, playmaker, to being basically a facilitator during his last years with the Boston Celtics. Um, but the Lakers, they need to do something, man, because Dr. Jerry Buss has to be rolling over his grave. Former Laker legends have to be shaking their head like, what happened to this proud franchise? A team that went to the finals 9 times in the 1980s. To give you an idea about how the Lakers did not accept losing, the Lakers, I believe, went 2 straight years in the mid 1970s missing the playoffs. The Lakers, I think Jack Kent Cook was still the owner at that time. I'm not sure. But the Lakers fired Bill Sharman. Bill Sharman was the coach of the Lakers when they won a then record 69 games in the 1972 NBA championship, which was the only one that Jerry West won uh, as a player and the only one they had won after the Minneapolis Lakers years. They fired Bill Sharman. Bill Sharman was a legendary player with the Boston Celtics and had increased his legend by becoming a successful coach for the Lakers. Remember, the Lakers went to the finals in 1970 as well as 1973. I think the Lakers missed the playoffs in 74 and 75. I think it was those 2 years. They fired Bill Sharman. The fact the Lakers haven't fired Luke Walton yet, even though he's shown that he's an incompetent coach, just goes to prove that this team accepts losing. And that's the challenge that Magic Johnson has right now. Magic Johnson has to take complete control of this organization. Because I'm sorry, but Jenny Buss doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Okay? She has too much control still. Magic Johnson needs complete control of this organization. That's the only way the Lakers are going to turn this thing around. But tell me what you guys think.